Jahan and I'm back with the review. The first match was played between Poland and Saudi Arabia from Group C, where Poland managed to get a 2-0 win over Saudi Arabia. Going into this game, I thought Saudi Arabia would carry that momentum from that first big win and the upset against Argentina that they managed to create, but they just didn't come with that same firepower, that same determination in this match against Poland. I was a little disappointed to see Saudi Arabia's performance in general. No one really stood out. They were happy to defend at the back. There are not a lot of chances created, and the first goal was scored by Zelensky for Poland, which came through an assist of Lewandowski. Talking about Lewandowski, he looked different in this match compared to the previous match. He looked like he was more interested to get on the ball, had more eagerness and hunger. Even the assist that he provided to Zelensky for this goal, even the assist that Lewandowski provided for Zelensky for this first goal was through an initiative. There was a cross from the right flank, which Lewandowski wasn't able to finish on the first touch, but he did manage to keep the ball in play and provided a beautiful cut back to Zelensky, who managed to convert that chance. And the other goal that came was through Lewandowski. He looked eager, he looked hungry, and capitalized on a small error committed by the Saudi Arabian defender. A loose first touch of Malki in near the penalty area of Saudi Arabia, and Lewandowski was quick to react on that ball, got to the ball first and managed to finish that beautifully past AUS, who was the player of the match for Saudi Arabia in the previous match against Argentina. The other game that was played, Tunisia and Australia. Tunisia did create a lot of chances, did not look as convincing as they did against Denmark, and Australia surprisingly looked more hungry, looked more eager to get that win, because this was a do or die situation for Australia, because they had lost their first match against France 4-1. So this match was really important for Australia to win. Tunisia had drew their first match against Denmark, so they came into this match with 1 point, but this was a do or die match for Australia, and they proved yet again why an Asian team is always threatening in these kind of situations. Duke managed to convert a beautiful header. It was a cross from Goodwin which took a deflection, and but Duke had good presence of mind, good anticipation, and managed to flick the ball past Dahmen, who was again the player of the match in the previous match against Denmark. Duke had a fantastic outing. Overall, Australia did look like they deserved these 3 points, and Tunisia again will have to fight in their last match of the group if they want to get those 3 points and put themselves in a position to qualify for the round of 16. The other game that was played between France and Denmark, where France did not enjoy a majority of the possession, but they did create a lot of chances from the possession that they had. I think one of the things that they really need to improve on based on this performance was their finishing. There were some really wide shots taken by Mbappe, Griezmann, Dembele, but on the flanks, Mbappe and Dembele looked really, really effective, created a lot of chances, a lot of crosses. They looked really active on the flanks. Griezmann and Rabiot supported the forward line really well. Giroud did not have the greatest outing in this match, but he's always played an important role. Tonight's star was Mbappe yet again, where he provided 1 assist and 1 goal. It was a beautiful finish in the second goal. The first goal came, Mbappe was the star of this match for France. He scored both the goals for France and looked really good in his touch and his eagerness, although he did have a few random shots, but I think that's all part of the match. But for Denmark, Schmeichel also had a good outing. He made a couple of good saves, but he could have done better in the first goal, I felt. And the goal that Denmark scored in the 68th minute, where the score had become 1-1. One goal did come for Denmark from Christensen in the 68th minute to make the game 1-1, but it just wasn't enough. It came through a cross from Anderson, which was then headed by Christensen in a set piece routine. But other than that, Denmark did not look very threatening in the final third, did not create as many chances as France did. And I think France would take a lot of positives from both the opening matches of the World Cup. They've created a lot of chances. They've scored a lot of goals. They scored 4 goals in the previous match and 2 goals here. Mbappe, Giroud looking in a good form. It's only good news for a team that has suffered a lot of injuries in the squad. The final game, Argentina and Mexico. Argentina playing to stay in the World Cup. It was a do and die match for Argentina, and in the opening few minutes, Mexico did look very threatening and had put Argentina on a back foot. They created a lot of chances, enjoyed majority of the possession. Messi was heavily marked by a 36-year-old Guardado, who was probably brought in just for that purpose because he did not feature in the previous match, but he carries a lot of experience and plays a defensive midfielder role, which was pretty evident with the formation that Mexico set up. They made 3 changes from their previous match. All 3 changes were in the defensive setup, in the defensive midfield setup. Lozano and Vega started the game for Mexico up front, while there were 5 changes that Argentina made for this game against Mexico. One change was Lautaro Martinez, who was back, who was in the defense for Argentina. Rodriguez and Alistair and De Paul were in the midfield. Di Maria, Messi and Martinez carried the forward line. Messi was heavily marked. Whenever Messi got the ball, there were at least Guardado or Herrera on him, did not allow him any space or any time on the ball. And that's what it felt like they were struggling, because Di Maria, Alistair, Acuna and Montiel were not able to use the flanks as much. They were not able to put a lot of crosses in. And I felt Mexico in the first half especially was doing a better job. The first goal came for Argentina through Messi, the man himself. Di Maria provided an assist to Messi. And this was a time when Guardado was substituted. It felt like he was suffering an injury, so he was substituted, and I think that made a difference, because as soon as he was substituted, Messi got some space, a little bit of time on the ball from that cross from Di Maria, and that was enough for him to put the ball at the back of the net, and he was able to breach the wall, Ochoa, with a fantastic finish. The second goal for Argentina came through Enzo Fernandez, the other young substitute who came in place of Guido Rodriguez in the midfield. It came in the 87th minute when it felt like Argentina got a corner, and it felt like they would probably keep the ball and try to pass the time, but Enzo Fernandez had other plans. As soon as he got the ball, he found some space. He wasn't closed down immediately by Mexico team, and he was able to cut inside and score a beautiful finish. The first goal that Enzo Fernandez scored for Argentina for the senior squad came in the World Cup, and that made Argentina go up 2-0, and that was the end of this game, which gave Argentina the crucial 3 points from this game and putting them in second position on the points table. Now this Group C has really opened up, and it will ultimately come down to the final match and probably also the goal difference to decide which 2 teams qualify for the round of 16 from Group C. Right now, Poland stands first. Argentina is second with 3 points. Saudi Arabia again with 3 points, but -1 in goal difference, and Mexico in 4th place with just 1 point that they got against Tunisia.